senior NFL insider, obviously a man who's a Michigan man, Adam Schefter.
Hey, Schefter!
What's going on?
Shefty, we're down here at Hard Rock, obviously having a time of our lives. We wish you were here. Let's talk about some NFL news that are happening as a goat is literally waiting in tow. McDermott fired this morning. We chit-chatted about how the Buffalo Bills fans that we know and talk to, they haven't been happy with McDermott anytime Josh Allen hasn't won a Super Bowl. Is that what the Buffalo Bills front office and Bean were thinking? Or how likely was this if they didn't win a Super Bowl? Was McDermott gone regardless?
I don't know how you define where he would have been safe or not. I think that they had to have a successful postseason outing and another run that ended short of a Super Bowl title. I mean, if they got to the Super Bowl and lost, would he have been back? Maybe, but they didn't. And it's 9 seasons of 5 division titles and a lot of wins, but they lost in the wild or divisional round this weekend. They haven't been able to get past the conference championship round. This is a year where there's no Lamar, no Mahomes, no Joe Burrow, and they couldn't do it. And, you know, I remember the Denver Broncos back in the day had John Fox as a head coach, and they had a lot of great wins. And they were the number 1 ranked team 3 straight years, number 1 seed, I believe. And when they couldn't get to the Super Bowl, they wound up moving off of John Fox and hiring Gary Kubiak, and they won the Super Bowl the next year. And I think Buffalo felt like it needed to shake things up to try to advance, right or wrong. And I think we're in a climate now where teams see what's going on in Baltimore. They see what's going on across the league with all these, and they're not afraid to make a change. And that's exactly what happened today in Buffalo, I believe.
Okay, so Brandon Beane gets promoted to president of football operations and general manager. He'll be leading the head coaching search. There's 10 jobs as a total now. Obviously, Stefanski gets his gig. Harbaugh gets his gig. 8 jobs open still. Who do we think is the leader in the clubhouse? Is it Brady? And what is kind of the thoughts of what the Bills look like going forward, Shefty?
Well, I think, Pat, what you're looking at is obviously it's going to be somebody that Josh Allen feels comfortable with. And it's going to be somebody that they believe can get them to the next level. Some combination of those things. So is that Joe Brady? Is that Brian Daboll? Is that the Broncos quarterbacks coach Davis Webb, who played for the organization, backed up Josh Allen, and is close with him? Is it one of those 3 individuals? Or do they veer outside that and dip their toe into this assistant coaching pool that's on the interview circuit right now? There's a lot of ways they could go. But I think they're going to want to make Josh Allen happy and whole here. And it wouldn't be a surprise if it's some kind of familiar face here. And by the way, everybody's going to want to go coach Josh Allen.
Yeah,
everybody.
We talk about Brian Daboll whenever his name got mentioned earlier. It's like he's got to be pumped he didn't take the Penn State gig and they maybe didn't offer if he's going to be the Buffalo Bills head coach back with Josh Allen. Good luck to him. Joe Brady in his 30s, still very young. Maybe that's his spot as they move in to a new stadium. Are you getting any news right now that is relevant for conversation as we speak here?
Yeah. Zach Charbonnet tore his ACL.
Damn. That sucks.
Yep.
Okay. So Charbonnet tears ACL. Obviously, incredible season this year. Bo Nix breaks his ankle. Is there any other massive injuries coming out of divisional round here?
Carlton Davis, I thought, got taken out of the game for the Patriots. And I think he was in concussion protocol. I'm not sure the exact injury. But when you're talking about injuries that end the season, Bo Nix and Zach Charbonnet. Bo Nix obviously going to have the surgery tomorrow on his ankle, broken ankle. And that was unbelievable, that injury. Nobody expected that was going to be the case. And when it happened after the game, people didn't think it was real initially. They thought it was one of those made-up stories. Like, wait, this guy that just finished the game, that just led them to he's out for the year. And by the way, Sean Payton handled that incredibly well because rather than let it swirl and speak, he stepped in, he told everybody the truth, he kind of propped up Jarrett Stidham, who's going to be starting the AFC Championship game. I think this is unbelievable. Like, Jarrett Stidham stepping in there, he is the first quarterback to make his first start of the season in a conference championship game since Roger Staubach in 1972.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Staubach, Stidham. Yep. That's the type of game we're talking about. Obviously, as soon as this injury happens and we see from Sean Payton dressed up like You know, he's literally straight out of Kevin Costner's
Yellowstone.
He looked awesome out there. But him coming out breaking the news, we're all heartbroken for Bo Nix. And then maybe if you've had a cocktail or two or some edibles or anything like that, you start going, oh, Sean Payton's calling Drew Brees. Can Drew Brees throw a football? No, he can't throw a football, right? That's kind of the thing. Well, then he's maybe calling Tom Brady for 2 games. He needs him for 2 games with that defense, with what they're able to do on offense. We automatically start going into fantasy football is what we start thinking. Who's available? Phil Rivers isn't available. You're not allowed to get Phil Rivers. No way we're going to do that. He likes Stidham, I assume. He's very confident. And was there ever a thought that maybe we're going to go fantasy football here?
I made that call to ask, and I was told, no, they believe and trust in Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham is somebody that, people forget this, but when the Raiders benched Derek Carr, they turned to Jarrett Stidham, and in his very first start for the Raiders, he threw for 365 yards.
Connor is off mic laughing.
Who was coaching, Schefter? Who was coaching that game for Jarrett Stidham when he threw for 300-plus yards?
That would be one Josh McDaniels, I believe.
All right. Schefty, we appreciate you joining us. You're the man. We hope you enjoyed tonight's big college game. Who do you have winning? Tonight?
I haven't seen anybody or anything derail this Indiana story. I would expect it to continue tonight. You got the president of the school on there, Pat, of course. You're not going to have the president of the school on and then watch the school lose that night.